Hi guys, so today we're going to show you how to create a new Microsoft 365 tenant using the intY Cascade platform. We'll show you how to create the client account in intY, create the Microsoft 365 tenant, accept the Microsoft terms and conditions, verify the domain ownership, configure the domain's DNS records, and finally add a user. So what we need to do is we need to log into the intY Cascade platform. So we'll put the details in there. And we'll click Add New Customer. We'll enter the details. We'll click Submit, and then we get this link at the top where it says Microsoft Tenant Setup. We're going to create a new Microsoft tenant, and we need to ensure that we give it a name that already doesn't exist. So you might find that what you choose here, when we click create, Microsoft may come back and tell us that that's already in existence, so we have to choose something else. So we'll give this a go. So ITSS, we'll go for that. It's asking us if we're sure if that's what we want it to be, so we'll click confirm. So we can't have that because somebody has already got it. Okay, so now it's successfully gone through. It's created as an account. So this is our new Microsoft tenant, and this is our first time password. So we'll need to make a record of these. So I'll copy and paste those outside into a notepad, and we'll click finish. Now once we've done that, we now need to go and accept the terms and conditions before we'll be able to create anything on the Microsoft side. We won't be able to buy any subscriptions until we've accepted the Microsoft terms and conditions. So for that, we go to mca.cascadeportal.com. You'll notice that we're already signed in because we were already signed in on the other tab. Down through the list, we should be able to find our new there it is, and you can see it says accept at the end, so we need to click accept. So we fill in the form and we click submit. You can see now that this line now still says accept, but if we refresh the page, we can see that it's now accepted. We can now head across to Office 365 and start setting it up on the Microsoft side. So we'll go to login.microsoftonline.com. We'll enter our new username, which Cascade gave to us just now. And our password. Now we need to change the password as we go in, so I'll give it a new password, which I'll do off screen. And we'll paste that one in. And you can opt to either stay signed in or not. I'm going to say no. Okay, so now you'll see that there's very little in the way of tiles down the left hand side because we haven't actually got any licenses associated with this login. This login is a global admin, so it has all the rights to make lots of changes to your Microsoft account, but it has no software, it doesn't have a mailbox, it has nothing. So we click on the admin tile, and the first thing that we need to do before we start adding users is we need to add the domain name, because if we don't, then when we add users, the users will be username at ukitss.onmicrosoft.com, which is obviously not what we need. We need it to actually be the username at itsupportservice.co.uk. So we're going to go and click on show all here, and we're going to go into settings. No, we're going to go into setup. We're going to go to domains, and we're going to click add domain. In here we'll add the domain that we want to use. We'll click use this domain, and we now have three options that we can use to verify that we own that domain. Obviously, if we were trying to adopt somebody else's domain, we wouldn't have the rights to do one of these three things on that domain, so we wouldn't be able to prove ownership. So I'll choose to add this text record to the domain name, so we'll click continue. So I basically have to create a text record on the DNS table of our domain name with that as the value. So we're going to go to where we host our domain. Okay, so we'll go into the DNS settings, and we'll add a record in here. It's going to be a text record, so txt. We'll paste that record into there. We'll click update. We'll go back to Microsoft and we'll click verify. Now this, depending on your internet service provider that holds the domain name, this may take a while before it will actually see this value, but normally for us it takes a few seconds. There we go, so the domain is now verified, so we are now able to add users. You can see in our list that our default domain is now our new domain. So in our active users list, you can see that we've only got one account in here, and this is the global admin. When we go to add a user, we'll need to be able to add a license to the user so that they can use their email mailbox, which we don't have any licenses for at the moment. So for this we're going to need to go back to intY and we'll add a license to the subscription. To do this we click create order. Once we're in here we can see that there's various different products we can buy, but one of them is Microsoft Office 365. Within here there's lots of different Office 365 products we can buy as well. The one we're looking for today is 365 Basic. So we're just going to add one of these licenses to our order. We'll click Create Order. You'll see that it says Subscription Provisioning here. This is now a transition period where intY Cascade is sending across this user license across to the Microsoft 365 console. This generally, in our experience, this takes around about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so now we're going to add a user. So we'll click Add a User. We'll call him Joe Soap. We'll let the system automatically generate a password, and we'll make him change the password when he logs in. So we'll click Next. We'll automatically be given the option of the license that we've assigned. So we'll accept that and we'll click Next. He's a standard user, he has no administration access, so we'll click Next. That all looks to be correct, so we'll click Finish Adding. Okay, so now Joe has his user account. Your support is really important to us, so if you wouldn't mind, please go and visit our YouTube channel and click the subscribe button. That would be really appreciated. Thank you.